before cops come, man.
A world that comes alive after midnight. A world where boys risk their lives playing a cat-and-mouse game with the police. It may be happening on your street, but you've never been there. Until now. Hello, I'm Karen Stone. The need for speed too often ends in death, as we were reminded once again this month when Charlotte Hornets co-captain Bobby Phills died in a street racing accident. He was clocked at 107 miles per hour. Tonight on Inside Story, we take you inside the dangerous world of street racing, a world where being king of the road is everything, and the next race is always around the corner. The more the police try to crack down on this illegal sport, the more entrenched it becomes. It's a high-stakes, big-money game, and nothing seems to stop it.
How much you want to raise the Mustang for? Which one? He just asked how much. Which one? Hey, how much? Which one?
In the minds of most people, scenes like this belong to another era, reminiscent of American graffiti and Rebel Without a Cause. But street racing is bigger than ever. All across North America, thousands of young men with souped-up cars gather in all-night restaurants and coffee shops. They place bets, agree on a location, and race a quarter-mile down city streets at speeds of up to 130 miles per hour. Street racing takes place wherever there are straight roads, fast cars, and boys addicted to speed.
You forget about all the consequences kind of thing, you know. You forget about everything, all your problems, nothing bothers you. When you're racing and you're in that actual act, there's nothing in your mind but that. You're so focused on it, it's incredible. It's almost like being on ecstasy.
But the addiction to street racing can be hazardous to your health. In cities like Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Montreal, and here in Toronto, the death toll is rising. And the police are going to war.
Gentlemen, start your engines. Let's go play.
Down each side of the highway, and that car loses control. Where's he going to go?
Yeah, there's a reason why we have drag strips, like drag strips, actual official drag strips of the concrete barricades. They have fire crews on hand, paramedics, just in case something happens. And now these cars are appearing out in the street with no controls.
Uncontrolled drag racing can be lethal. This home video documents an illegal race that ended in death. The hundreds lining the course had no protection from a rampaging car. An 8-year-old boy was killed, and several others were seriously injured.
I understand the consequences of racing. I know that if I race, I can lose my license. I can crash my car. I can hurt somebody else, whatever. But I like things that scare me.
Year-old mechanic Rob Tallarico is not alone. Here on a Friday night in the suburbs of Toronto, some 1,800 kids gather in several locations. They've come to watch Tallarico and others risk their lives for the title of King of the Street Draggers. For the past 3 years, 23-year-old Mike Palagian, known on the street as Mike P, has been the man to beat.
People just come hunting for you after. That's the biggest rush about it, like people hunting you down to race you because you're the fastest one out there. Right? You go up to races today?
To the street racers, Mike P is an idol.
Come out to the times. If you're fast, get some respect.
Mike's Honda Civic, once a humble family compact, has been transformed into one of the fastest import cars in North America. He and his brother Robert are constantly making improvements to the car so that Mike can stay on top.
He's been driving the car for 5-6 years now. He knows the thing in and out. Whatever input he gives, he knows exactly what he's going to receive as output from the car. And for me to go step into his shoes and try to take over and learn everything that he does, that's impossible.
Mike works at the family-owned tool and die shop. Because he still lives with his mother, most of his earnings go directly into his car. In the last 5 years, that amounts to some $60,000.
It all comes out to a lot of money. It's just a car. It's no big deal. It's a piece of tin, right? I think a girl should come way before a car does any day. But I would pick my car over a girl any day.
It's their lifestyle. Any extra cent they can make goes into that car. They'll go out and work, 80-hour week, so they can go out and buy whatever part they want for their car.
I've made up an insurance form, which is very simple.
Police know to catch racers like Mike Palagian, they have to get inside their heads.
And it's, and these guys are sinking $30,000, $40,000 in some of these souped-up cars. They don't want it just to sit there in their driveway or garage. They want to show what it can do. And as long as he's the fastest, well, he's king.
Garage owner Rob Tallarico is determined to take the crown from Mike this year.
That's what drives us to see who's king of the hill. That's the whole goal. One thing that I want to do and the shop wants to do is to have the quickest import car in Canada.
Tallarico has built his life around this goal. To reach it, he has established a successful business and surrounded himself with a loyal group of fellow mechanics, including Julio, an employee, Marco, who has his own shop nearby, and Paul, his business partner. This is his unofficial pit crew, essential to his quest.
Okay, you do this here. You put it in last. You put it in last. You done what to do. It'll show you how to do it.
Rob will do battle against Mike in one of his 3 Mazdas, a quick light turbo Miata, which Rob refers to as his baby. An all-wheel drive 323 nicknamed the sleeper car, which moves much faster than it looks. And finally, the Beast.
Normally the Beast is under this cover. She's just waiting. So I just give you a little sneak peek of how it's going to be. See?
The Beast is a 450 horsepower RX-7, Rob's pride and joy.
It's been sitting all winter. June is the time. As soon as June comes, that's it. It comes out, and we'll see what happens. This summer we're going to make a mess with this.
Street racing may be illegal and dangerous, but like every outlaw activity, it has its own rules. Once a street has been chosen, a volunteer sets his odometer and marks the quarter-mile drag, flashing his hazards at the finish. A second car scouts for police, a cell phone handy to sound the alarm if cops are spotted.
Okay, bud.
2 cars line up head-to-head. The flagger, or starter, drops his arms, and the race is on. A typical family car going flat out can reach 70 miles per hour in a quarter mile. Fast street dragger clocks in at over 120 miles an hour. At this speed, there is no margin for error.
Pathetic. The way I view sentiments, the way I said it, so awkward, but then it the rest of it, the way I reckon, expected, the way it's
A Friday night in June, the beginning of the Toronto street dragging season. The center of the action is the Texas Pit, an all-night hamburger joint with enough parking to accommodate hundreds of restless racers. Every summer Friday and Saturday after midnight, draggers like Rob flow in looking for action. This has been their home for the past 5 summers.
What's happening?
Hey, right side Fred.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, there's cops like crazy.
Oh, you're telling me? We
just drove by 3 people pulled over.
Yeah, we went up there to Pine Valley. Yeah, cops everywhere.
This one right here.
They're checking under hoods. They're checking everything.
Shut it down and give me the keys.
The police and the racers have always played cat and mouse.
Give me your keys.
But this year there is something new. A special anti-racing task force dedicated to shutting the draggers down.
Your license, ownership, and insurance ready.
Yeah, you guys just down point door?
Yeah, temper. There's quite a few Honda types.
Still in the parking lots up here racing around, trying to find a way out.
I got one of the observers here, and I got one of the racers here as well.
We'll try and get the racers while they're racing. If we can't do that, then we're going to stop and investigate every vehicle that's there. Spectators, as far as we're concerned, if they weren't there watching the race, there's a good chance that the race wouldn't be going on, and or if that vehicle did wipe out, they're not going to kill anybody.
If the crackdown fails, the task force knows the consequences.
Flowers were laid at the site of this weekend's car crash that took the life of 19-year-old Ali Javaherzes. Police say an 88 Mazda driven by Javaherzes collided with a Pontiac Grand Am. According to police, both cars were traveling at high speeds.
On his way to work on a Sunday morning, 19-year-old Ali had looked over at the car to his left, and the drivers exchanged nods. In a split second, as the light turned green, they were racing. Seconds later, Ali was dead.
I consider myself quite the car buff. Most of these cars out here are just absolute works of art. But I've seen the other side, and unfortunately, I'm the guy that comes along later and has to pick up the pieces. And it's kind of gut-wrenching when you have to tell mom and dad that their son and daughter is not coming home ever again. And for what? For the fact of, I did a quarter-mile stretch in 10 seconds.
But at the Texas pit, Rob's street racing fever continues unabated. Mike Palagian is nowhere to be found, so any Civic will have to do tonight.
I told them, come by. Hey, go walking up and down. Just start asking any Civic if they want to go. That's why we show up. That's the whole idea. It's like, you go to a dance club to go dance, right? Or drink or whatever. Same thing here. You show up here because you want to race. You want to go. There's a Civic, maybe a contender for the almighty Mazda.
Before Rob has a chance to set up, a convoy of draggers leaves.
Okay, let's go.
This, too, is part of the street racers' ritual. One driver challenges another. They agree on a location, and 100 cars, including Rob's, file out of the lot after them.
12 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Hey, it's a tribe.
Hungry to race, the convoy finds a deserted stretch of road.
Ask him if he wants to go to 323. Ask him.
To the surprise of onlookers, Rob in his anemic-looking 323 has challenged a pumped-up 97 Prelude, one of the street's thoroughbreds. The smart money isn't on Rob.
I want to see how bad he is.
To the spectators' amazement, Rob's sleeper car wins by several lengths. But the man Rob most wants to impress isn't present tonight. If Mike P. doesn't feel his car is race ready, he doesn't show up, preferring to hang out with his friends. The cops are hot on the trail of those out tonight.
Attention on 401 patrol. Report of 4 vehicles racing, make models unknown at this time, operating at extreme high rates of speed.
Round away.
Rob senses police presence and decides not to push his luck.
It's no good to go now. Cops will show up anytime. That's why I don't want to go again. Because you do one run, you get lucky, you don't get burnt.
Right behind you there. You can see right down the very far end of the road, which is their starting line. They don't see us sitting up here with the lights out.
All right, it's with this one guy in here on the left.
Hello?
Yeah.
Cops. Fred. Okay, let's get in the car. Cops just showed up. Right there, undercover.
Catching the guys in action of racing, for us, is a very hard thing to do. We're probably the only people around that drive around white Crown Victorias. Nobody races a police car type thing. So these guys are all car guys. They know they're on to us when the police are starting to show up. Races only last just a couple seconds. That's it.
Gone.
And then gone.
Taking the cans?
If they can't catch them racing, the police strategy is to hit the racers in their wallets. On the streets near the Texas pit, they pull over any car they suspect has been illegally modified.
You can see where the tread has actually been torn off the tire here. You know, that's well below what is legal. So that alone can get the plates pulled and the car towed.
Just got another ticket.
But it's hard to hurt the draggers financially.
These guys never learn.
When racers are prepared to spend thousands of dollars to illegally modify their cars, tickets are just part of the cost.
I got about $2,500 in tickets so far. Just for like no plate on the front, squealing tires, speeding, colored light bulbs, fog lights. You name it, I got it.
Illegal or not, the draggers' obsession with modifications has spawned a huge industry. In Toronto, Johnston Research and Performance is a mecca for the speed junkies. Owner Derek Johnston feeds Mike's addiction to high-end parts, needed if he is to stay ahead of Rob.
So you can get the nut into the base of the honeycomb?
Yeah.
Which one?
Hey, need this?
Yes. Give me a hat. You want a hat? There's two styles. And a lot of customers call me the pusher. Because I was out there, I was on the street, I always had the parts that they needed, kind of like the drug dealer would be, and as they wanted more parts, I wanted to go fast, here, try this, do that.
Derek needs to stay connected to his customers. High-performance auto shows are where the world of legal and illegal racing meet and do business.
The market as a whole, U.S. and Canada-wide, you'd probably be talking about $4 to $5 billion a year, and it's primarily spent by people that are 16 to 35. We actually go to the street races, perhaps not to race ourselves, but at least to see what's out there. Most of the creative cars and the creative performance stuff ends up at the street races first before it ever hits any of these manufacturers. Somebody who's a machinist and tries something new, you see it there first.
Performance modifications are often born on the street and picked up by manufacturers who then sell them back to the street through retailers like Derek. And so it goes. But the cops are out to break this cycle.
You guys want to pass that down? If you stop a car out there that in any way, shape, or form looks modified, there's probably one reason for that, and that's for racing. If we can gather some intelligence on which car is modified, it'll help us in the long run as far as identifying these guys.
When you show up with one of these cars and you've done something that expands the horsepower by double the horsepower of the original car or triple, and you've increased the traction to the point where it can literally break all the other parts because the tires grab so hard, then the police start to crack down on you.
Like you see these guys look like they got stovepipes coming out the back of them. Improper muffler. Jam them with that.
The blue bottle is a nitrous oxide, and there's I think a photo on there. It's even labeled for racing use only.
In a street car, nitrous oxide is illegal and extremely dangerous. Yet most street racers put a bottle of this compressed gas in their trunk and run a line to the engine.
Nitrous is basically the laughing gas that you get from your dentist, but when you inject it into a motor, you can add anywhere from 50 to 250 horsepower to a car that may only have 100 horsepower to begin with.
But this is no laughing matter. Some hardcore street racers also install a plastic tank of jet fuel. In a crash, the cocktail of nitrous and jet fuel can turn a car into a fireball.
They've got nitrous oxide, a non-certified plastic fuel cell, which is just your standard cheap plastic, and a battery. You rear end that car, that's a bomb that's waiting to go off. And it's just like adding pure oxygen to a fire. So late charges.
With the task force determined to shut down the racers, Rob and Mike may be headed for a collision with the police.
just for information, I'll hike over to the Texas pit and check that area out.
The crackdown on illegal racers is having an effect. Worn down by relentless ticketing, the draggers abandon the Texas pit. Top dragger Mike Palagian has moved on to a safer haven, while Rob hangs out in a nearly empty lot.
Huh? Okay, is there a race going on or what? Oh, that's just the one that's I got an itchy foot.
Rob receives a tip about another hangout. With any luck, he'll find Mike there.
So boring when there's nothing around. Near our shop, there's another road up there. There's a lot of people up there in the Rexdale area. I don't know. Never been there.
Let's just face the facts about street racing. There's no rules.
If you decided to build a 1.3, that's your problem. Now, if you come here and you want to race, pull beside. If you don't got enough, go home. That's simple.
No, I got enough.
Okay,
Don't worry
then
about
pull
it.
beside.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
You're just going to cry when you get pumped.
Hey,
That's all.
let's do it right now.
I'm not going to do it now. I came here just to see the atmosphere
Make
around
sure
here.
you're right.
Rob finds himself in hostile territory behind a factory. He's surrounded by some 300 draggers, but Mike isn't among them.
Yeah. Bro, I race out here every night.
No, I know.
I've never seen you in my life. So I got people to vouch that I'm going to be here.
The racers argue about engine size, quarter-mile times, and the rules of street racing.
So then what are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of nothing.
You got such a missile.
1290?
Yeah.
Oh, you're dead.
Talk is cheap, buddy. We build whatever we want to build. If you
I'm
think
just
you
saying.
got enough.
No. This
Although Mike Palagian isn't present, he casts a long shadow.
What did Mike P run? 12-1 at the track?
Mike P is nothing.
Okay, but what did he run? 12-1?
That's nothing.
You know what that car goes on the street?
I have no idea.
50.
Maybe even 15s. I don't
Right.
know. I have no idea. I've never seen him run the car in the
Have
street.
you raced the car on the street yet?
Okay, all right.
Rob leaves with a clear goal.
Mike P. I don't know his last name, actually, you know. Before this year ends, the season, I gotta beat him. It could be a street race, it could be anywhere. I don't care.
Rob knows the one place he's sure to find Mike is at the Cayuga Speedway on Import Day. Like the auto shows, official drag strips are a place where the legal and illegal racing worlds meet. A good official time slip at the track gives a racer bragging rights on the street.
Okay, I got a ladder here for you. Taking the top 8 guys. Baker, Tellerico, Divine, Lisboa.
Rob and Mike finally meet.
Yep.
But before Rob can race, his car must undergo an official inspection.
The nozzle's in there, but there's no bottle.
Rob has his own code of honor. He rarely street races with nitrous oxide, so he doesn't want a reputation as a user.
Why'd you put this for? There's none in it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Regulations tell me I gotta put it on there because of the fire guy. When you have a problem down track, if ever, he goes to the automobile. He has to know if the car is nitrous equipped, whether there's a bottle in it or not. We don't leave it to chance. Right?
There's nothing in the car.
What do you think? I fell off a turnip truck sign? I've been doing this for 35 years. I'm an NHRA tech man.
So why
this
did
is
I
an
take it out
NHRA track.
Where's nitrous coming from? The ground?
No, the nitrous is coming from the bottle.
Where's the bottle?
I don't know.
So why are you classing me as
Wait a minute.
nitrous?
Hold it. Where did you put the bottle? Shut up.
If he's labeled a nitrous user at the track, he'll lose his street
I
credibility.
don't run the car with nitrous on the track.
Oh, well, who are you trying to convince?
We
Me
talked
or the
about-
rest of these guys?
No, it's a big thing, because I want to shop with this kind of stuff, and I don't want them to think that I'm using them on the street, using the bottle to beat them.
Yeah, but the thing is, nitrous is part of cheating and being sneaky.
You're right, but I don't
That's why I
have...
have to put it there because you could put the bottle in there and then I get in trouble, right?
They're marking as nitrous? You didn't bring a bottle? You run the same with the spray, without the spray. You get a couple pence, big deal. Forget it, you'll pump them anyway. Pump them.
Not that, it's image, man, it's image.
Hey, you think if I scrape that thing off, you think they'll notice?
I don't know. Not right now, later on I'll do it.
Finish note 1303 at 104, 1202 at 114 for Cecil's shop.
While Rob worries about his image, Mike focuses on breaking the national record for imports. To prepare for his run, he heats up his tires to make them sticky for better traction. Racers call it hooking up. result, Mike has completed his run in 12.1 seconds, equaling his personal best. And only 1/100th of a second off the national record. His team is ecstatic.
When you're at the track, you have no friends. You're out to beat number one. You're out to beat whoever else is there. It doesn't matter. Like, we've been in situations where we're almost at the brink of willing to blow the thing up just to be somebody.
Mike's Super Civic puts Rob under a lot of pressure. He pulls up to the line. Rob runs the quarter mile in a disappointing 14.6 seconds. He realizes that to compete against Mike, he now needs to get his more powerful RX-7 on the road.
I want to get my black one together. That car needs the most attention, and that's the least attention I've been giving that car. I figure another week, I should have everything back to normal. Then I'm going to come out against Mike, and I'm going to take him out on the street heads up. Because those Hondas on the street, turbocharged, nitrous oxide, call it what you will, I don't care what he's got. On the street, they're nothing. On the track, they go well because they can hook up. But on the street, no chance.
I don't know, man. Nobody knows what Rob's car is going to do. If they even have enough time to set it up right. Mike's car, you know, it's already set up and dialed in. It's a big crapshoot.
If the police have their way, Rob will never get his chance to roll the dice with Mike Palajian.
Here's this little beastie.
This joint force this summer, we've stopped over 1,600 cars and laid over 1,000 tickets. There's some areas that at the beginning of the summer, there could be 300, 400, 500 people waiting for a race to take place. You go there now, or last weekend, there wasn't anybody there. They've gone somewhere else, and we'll find it. That's our target.
The cops are keeping the pressure on, but Rob has his own plans. To avoid the police, the racers have found a new hangout. Mike Palajian and his brother are there, surrounded by admirers. Before challenging him, Rob decides to test out his RX-7 against easier competition, a blue Civic.
You go.
Hey, so that Civic's got no NOS, right? The baby blue Civic.
Hey, you go. Where? Down here?
We're going to race out the lights. We can watch it right here.
All right.
I'll tell you what. I'll run the Civic. When I get to the top of second, I'll start slowing down so we can catch up.
Oh, my God.
Okay, we'll run him now.
You hear that, Mike? When he gets to the top of second, he's going to give up.
A little over exaggeration, but hey.
Oh.
Okay, start the engines. Let's go. Let's see some racing.
In a departure from the usual procedure, they recklessly race amid the traffic in front of the coffee shop. Despite his bravado, Rob loses. He tries to save face in front of Mike.
You guys actually believe that I do that to that guy in front of you guys?
I don't care what you do. Oh, Chris? Yeah. No, you got nothing. You're a girl.
Little grip. Last year, I was king. Honestly, there's no word of a lie about that. Out of at least 40 cars that I've raced, only one I've lost against on the street. Not bad. And that was with a lot less the power I'm running in my RX-7 now. You know what I mean? Like now it's a lot more, but like I say, there's a little bit of problems happening. I found out the problem with the car, and it was a combination of 4 or 5 different problems with the upgrade that we did on this car from last year. Now we need to use a laptop. I had to buy one purposely for this car.
Rob won't be around for a while, I think. I don't think so. I think it's too slow. There's too much computer stuff on this car. And once you have too many computers and stuff, you can never tune it. And then you gotta start taking everything off and start from scratch over again. So, I'm gonna keep it plain and simple.
But Rob takes a high-tech approach. He spends hundreds of dollars per hour testing his RX-7 on a dynamometer. A dyno measures a car's actual horsepower at the wheels, the one true test of a car's output. Disaster strikes. Rob's pushed his car too hard. He's blown the engine.
There was too much fuel. No, it's gone.
5, 9, very, very.
A new engine will cost thousands of dollars. Rob's pride and joy is out of commission. Rob is not ready to challenge Mike P. They join hundreds of other draggers. The cops continue their cat and mouse game.
The race is on, that's going. And leaving now?
Okay, there's one guy off to the side, and there's 2 cars lining up right now. Okay, you guys come flying over the hill, and we'll stop them.
The police make a rare bust of a race in progress.
Go! Why are they stopping? I wouldn't stop. You want finance for racing?
They're gonna get.
They weren't racing.
You better get out of here.
Party's over.
We got them all boxed in here. 4's got 9 stopped altogether. 1 or 2 got away. Your license plates, okay?
The cops' highest hope and the dragger's worst fear is a racing charge, which can mean a $1,000 fine, a 6-month license suspension, and the certainty of insurance cancellation.
You're gonna be done for racing? I'd fail to stop the police. Do you understand?
I didn't race them.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. I didn't peel.
Myself and that other officer there were following behind, and we watched you.
I didn't peel. I swear I didn't peel.
Well, then it's your opportunity to tell it before just the peace. Okay?
Where you all at right now? Y'all ready for the bikini contest? Make some noise, let's go!
But stopping one race is only a drop in the bucket. Dragging has never been more popular. Nearly 15,000 racers and their fans come out for an unprecedented public celebration of their shadowy world. The event's called Dark Nights, a brazen reference to the after-midnight subculture of street racing. Here the draggers can see the hottest street cars, buy performance parts, and see dark nights like Mike P. in the light of day.
This thing's pretty hot.
Money grows on trees for guys like this. Certainly the fastest Civic in Toronto. I haven't seen any guys beat him.
While Mike locks himself away, his rival checks out the competition, looking for anything that will give him an edge on the street.
Maybe it's too much weight. Maybe all the wiring and all the wiring stuff's falling.
As thousands leave, they are greeted by a now familiar sight.
They just sit outside the show and grab people. He already had one guy pulled over. As he's walking back to his car, he pulled over 2 more. Like, that's greed. I mean, if I can write 800 tickets a night, maybe I can win that free microwave oven they're giving away at the police station.
One kid who could have used being pulled over is the boy who died racing his Mazda in the street. Here, friends grieve the death of 19-year-old Ali.
This tragedy has opened up our eyes, and Ali's death showed us that a car is not also a luxury, it can also be a weapon. And also we know that teenagers are not immortal, but in fact, life is very fragile.
Even this tragedy fails to stop Rob.
Deadly secret world of drag racing. This here what we know, okay, was not part of I feel bad for the kid that got killed in this. I really do, and the family, and every other one. But I have to honestly say, they were not part of this organized drag racing what the cops are talking about. No way. I've been seeing races now for about 12, 13 years. Not yet have I ever seen an incident of anybody getting killed at an organized race. Not anybody that I know has even gotten hurt. There's a way to race, and there's a reckless way to race. A reckless way to race gets you killed. You know what I mean? It's plain and simple. We do it the smart way.
Lost my license for 10 years due to drag racing. Someone crossed the street, an elderly gentleman, and I missed the elderly gentleman, but the person I was racing against hit that person and killed that person. I stopped drag racing because it just couldn't shake the feelings. And now it's at the track or not on the street whatsoever. We had a side bet of $250 at the time. So who would beat who? Then we took somebody's life for $250. I don't think it was worth it. I even think our punishment was minimal. There should have been more. There's a lot of people still street racing. I just don't think those people have grown up yet.
Mike didn't come by yet, did he?
Oh, Jim.
Yeah.
He's right there.
Yeah.
The guy with
there he is.
It's fall. Racers from all over the area now meet at the new hangout, one of the last refuges from the police.
Yeah.
Rob finally challenges Mike.
Tomorrow, forget about everybody else. Tomorrow, when we line up, we line up.
You want to play with the king, huh?
Play with the king. That's the only way. It's the only way I want to go. You're gonna get smoked. I'll tell you, just the wind draft going by you.
I'll do it now. I'll do it now with you. Do it.
Now.
Hey, you better do it. Look, he's going.
No.
Always move. Relax.
I'm like that every day. Every day. I'm like a ticking time bomb, ready to explode.
If the task force succeeds, this is one bomb that won't go off. The cops receive a complaint about the draggers. They arrive determined to clear them off the lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. I want you to leave. I want you to leave now.
You told me you can't tell me I have to leave. The owner's got to tell me I got to leave. Show me the paper.
Unless you're causing a problem.
We're not okay, and I'll talk to the owner. Right. Fine. When everybody knows.
No. Everybody's leaving right now. Anybody who's not...
I don't see everybody fucking leaving. They're in there having a car.
How can we?
Keep your voice down. What, are you going to arrest me now?
Yes.
Okay, so arrest me. Do
Keep your voice down. Everybody who's not in the car is exactly 1 minute to get in it and leave or leave.
If everyone gets a ticket here, they'll all see you in court. Okay?
That's fine.
All right? No problem. Because you guys are overdoing it, really. Listen, you told me. I have the right to be here. If you want to handcuff me and take me away, they can do that.
Everybody, the exits are open. It's time to leave.
Yeah. Give me a break. They just want to stop everything. They don't seem to get it in their head. It's like death and taxes. Never going to end.
The cops have been successful. Rob and Mike will have to race another night. Delays give Rob a chance to fix his mechanical problems.
Take a couple more hours.
At sunset, his pit crew will get Rob ready to race. But in the latest of a long line of setbacks, Rob's not getting enough turbo boost. Without it, he can't win. He needs his pit crew to solve the problem before dawn.
What? This needs another cut right here. It goes on there, just put it on. Why you have to be so hostile? Because it's like 10 to 1. I want everybody to just gather around and pray. Because only a miracle will save this thing.
It's 2 a.m. and the would-be champ goes for another test run. The crew waits.
is like the waste, you understand?
Yeah, you know.
The news isn't good. Still not enough output from the turbo. No racing tonight. As the season draws to a close, Rob is desperate to race Mike, and tonight may be his last chance. He's forced to pull out his third car, the Miata. It's not as fast as the RX-7, but the rule on the street is that the car with the smaller engine gets a handicap. It's 4 a.m. The police are nowhere in sight, and Mike P. is ready and waiting.
He's not the one that has anything to prove, it's me. Because he's already proved his time, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a lot of pressure on me trying to get it together.
After some negotiation, Mike agrees to give Rob's Miata a 5-car lead.
His car is a lot quicker than this, but he's going to give me 5 cars in on the quarter mile. So I should have a good chance.
It's taken Rob months of time and many thousands of dollars to reach this point. And it will all be over in the next 15 seconds. Rob holds his lead through the first gear change, but something goes wrong when he tries to go to third. In the final moments of the race, Mike overtakes him.
What happened? Clutch broke. Clutch broke? Clutch? They won't go into gear when the car's on. He's got his foot down.
Okay. I can hear the pieces inside.
I'm worried about you, Rob.
He wouldn't have had a chance.
What do you understand? Don't even talk like this. He's not going to go double or nothing. No, don't talk like that. Just say, okay, you won. Clutch broke. That's it.
A mechanical failure, and Mike P. remains the king.
You lose, you accept it. I have. Find out why you lost, and fix that problem the next time you come back. It's like someone punching you out. They'll punch me out maybe. Put me on the floor, but I'll get back up. They'll punch me out again. They'll knock me up. I'll get back up. Some guys, they get on the floor, they don't get back up. Yeah. Hey, that's the way it is. Tomorrow's another day.
Next year, I want to come out like the top dog, beat everyone's ass, and just chill back and watch everyone race. And then when somebody comes close, I'll come back out and I'll beat their time again.
People go through a phase where they're rebellious towards their parents, they're rebellious towards society in general. The problem is we're talking about thousands of people that come out over the course of the summer. You have to keep hitting them in the pocketbook. Hit them in the pocketbook, and eventually it's going to catch up with them. They're either going to lose their license, or they're going to run out of money.
Despite the best efforts of the police, drag racing fever continues unabated. All over North America, young men obsessed with speed are waiting for spring, dreaming of the day when they might be kings. In many cities, police have taken the if you can't beat them, join them approach to discourage street racing. Police departments in 27 states now have programs called Beat the Heat. They set up and participate in controlled drag races. In 1998, they were able to involve more than 700,000 young people, perhaps keeping them off the streets. I'm Karen Stone. Join us next time for another edition of Inside Story here on A&E.